Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
Hey, what's good, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another episode of the Let's Do This Together podcast. I am your host, Arnold Telega-Arda, and happy May. It's already May. You know, I'm sure by this time you're sick of the "it's gonna be May" memes all over Instagram and all over social media. But to tell you the truth, I kind of look forward to those memes every year. But anyways, I hope you guys had a great weekend. New month, new goals, new me. Is that a thing? New month, new me? New month, new me. But anyways, you guys, for today's episode, I want to talk about a topic that kind of hits close to home. For today's episode, I want to talk about reasons why you should not be living for other people. And the reason why that hits home to me is because, you know, traditionally, growing up Asian, typically parents have a specific goal and a specific vision of how their kid should grow up, what career path they should take, who they should be dating, and the lifestyle that they should be living. And I'm no exception to that. Growing up with traditional Asian parents, you know, when I was a little baby, they already had in mind what I should be doing for a career, how I should be living, because that's how they were raised. And don't get me wrong, I don't blame them for thinking like that because they thought that they were doing what's right or what's best for their kid. And it's also how they were raised as well. I'm sure they had the same high expectations from their parents, so they're passing it on to the next generation. And for the most part, it always comes from a place of love. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying to completely ignore what, you know, the people you care about or your family expect from you, but at the same time, also keep in mind that what you expect or what you want for yourself is way more important than what other people expect or want from you. And the reason why that is, in my humble opinion, is because you're the one that's living your life, right? You're the one that's waking up as you. You're the one that has to do the things that you have to do. You know, if you're living for someone else, then you're doing all this grunt work and it's not even for your own goal. And because it's not your own goal, you won't find it enjoyable, you won't find it fulfilling, and you'll end up being unmotivated, and it's just a system set up for failure. So with that being said, I saw an article online by Alice Vuong from Medium.com, I'm sorry, and it's called 4 Reasons to Stop Living for Other People. And I think this is an important article to read because, you know, sometimes we don't want to let people down, right? And we want others and our loved ones to be happy, and you kind of want to keep the peace. Well, some of us do. But if you're living someone else's life and you're not living your own, your soul kind of dies, you know? Like you're not living your true you. You're not living out your passion. You're not living out your dream. So yeah, I think this article is very important to check out. All right, again, this article is called 4 Reasons to Stop Living for Other People by Alice Vuong. And number 1, it says, they don't actually know who we are. So she said, you can tell people your entire life story, or they might already know it, but they still don't know who you are, what you're thinking, what drives you, or what you're really capable of. Not your partner, not your friends, siblings, or parents. And if those closest to you don't know who you truly are inside, then neither do complete strangers. If people don't actually know who we are, why are we turning our lives upside down for them? It's a long road ahead, but I'm finally starting to live for myself rather than to exist for people who don't truly know me. That's a really great point, and I think that goes for social media as well, right? Sometimes in social media, you get caught up with what you think people expect from you, and you kind of try to please everyone except for yourself. And that's not being fair to you. The second thing she said is we start to put ourselves in a box. When we start listening and acting according to other people's expectations, we put ourselves in a box. A box we created ourselves based on other people's standards for us. A box that's not easy to climb out of. We start restricting ourselves and doubting our abilities. We think, there must be a reason why others believe we're not capable of something more. So we only do and believe we're only capable of what is asked of us. Nothing less, but also nothing more. Wow. That's kind of sad. Yeah, you know, when someone tells you that you're this one thing, over and over again, and you can't accomplish anything outside of that one thing, you do start to second guess yourself, and you start thinking, maybe they're right. Maybe they're seeing something that I'm not seeing. I thought I was capable of doing this, but they're so sure that they feel that I can't do it. Maybe I really can't. And that is not a healthy way to live, because they don't know you more than you know yourself. No one knows you more than you. So as cliche and as cheesy as it sounds, I'm talking to you can literally do anything you want, no matter what your circle of friends or family or even strangers tell you. You can do whatever. So just go out there and do it. And with all due respect, screw everyone else. All right, number 3, it says we stop creating our own goals. See, this is the sad part. Okay, she said, we blindly follow other people's expectations because we no longer expect anything more from ourselves. We stop trying to achieve anything of our own creation. We don't even know which goals are theirs and which ones are our own anymore. We make other people's goals our goals without even realizing it, and we internalize them as our own. We feel like failures even when we've accomplished everything we set out to do, because the goals are not our goals. Their dreams are not our dreams. So boom, I think that says it right there. Plain and simple, their dreams are not our dreams. Again, I say this with love. I hold no resentment. But I remember graduating from high school and going into college, and I remember I wanted to major in psychology because I thought it was a major that I would have fun studying about. I wasn't thinking about how much money I was gonna make as a psychologist. I wasn't thinking about job security as a psychologist. I just wanted to study psychology because it was a passion of mine at the time. It was something that I was really, really interested in learning. And at the same time, I thought it would be something that I was really good at. But again, because out of love, my parents had a certain vision of what career path I should take. And they kind of persuaded me to take business management as a major instead, which I had zero interest in. Like, I did not care about business at all. But again, being that young at the time, you just want to please your parents and you just kind of want to go with the flow. So I was like, yeah, sure. Okay, I guess I'll take business management. And with me doing that, I gave up what I really, truly wanted to do. Okay, and the last one is we stop living for ourselves. We've lived for someone else for so long that we've forgotten how to live for ourselves, how to create for ourselves, live our own lives, and make our own decisions. I wonder how much of my life have been spent thinking about what others think, how I can work harder for them, what I can do to get their work done. How much my life has been spent abiding by rules that aren't mine. How much time has been wasted on other people's expectations of me. How long have I put myself in someone else's shoes that just don't fit? We spend the majority of our childhood listening to others and doing what others tells us to do. Parents, teachers, they all have standards and they've all imposed on us and expect us to achieve them. And we can achieve it all. All the goals, expectations, dreams that people create for us. We can do it all. But when can we stop? When can we finally step up and create our own dreams and goals? Okay, and the last paragraph that she had really brings it home. She said, the best way to spend our time here on earth is to make every minute worth it. If that's trying to fulfill other people's dreams and goals, that's fine. But if it's not how you want to spend your days, it's time to start living for yourself again. I 100% agree with that because, as far as we all know, I know other people have different beliefs based on religion and their faith, and that's totally fine. But so far, based on what we know, is that we get one life, right? This is it. Right here. So might as well use this time to live a fulfilling life. Do stuff that makes you happy. If you're not hurting anyone else, then do it. Who cares what other people think? Who cares what other people expect from you? Because they are not living for you. You are living your own life. So do it and spend it the way that you want, as long as you're not hurting anyone in the process. So that's what I want to talk about in this episode, because maybe some of you are going through this exact same situation where you're trying to please someone else. Maybe it's your parents, maybe it's your significant other, your friend, and you're not living your true, authentic life because you're doing what they think they want you to do instead of doing what you really want to do. My wish and my hope for you, if you're going through this, is to be able to love yourself enough to take care of you and do what it takes to make you happy. And stop trying to please everyone and start putting your happiness first. Well, that's it for this episode, you guys. I hope you guys really enjoyed this one. We are on Instagram at Let's Do This Together Podcast. And we are also on Spotify and Apple Podcasts as well. And if you are listening on Apple Podcasts, don't be afraid to leave me a 5-star review. And also write a review and let me know what you think of this podcast. And if you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to do all that good stuff. Like, comment, subscribe. And that's it. I love you guys. And until then, I'll see you next time.